Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited to dive in with you guys today. I am just going to make it so people are able to jump on in right away and that there is not a waiting room. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how you can start building know, like, and trust on Instagram. Before we dive into all of the good stuff, I would love to take this opportunity to introduce myself and Let's Get Social. We're going to be spending some time together, so I think it's important that we get to know each other. I am Emily. I am one of the co-founders behind Let's Get Social Agency. Over the last month, we leveraged social media in the real estate world to help our clients close more than 10 million in sales. The reason that we decided to bottle our know-how and put it out into the world is because we are seeing real estate agents struggle time and time again with one problem. They build a really strong referral business, but they're missing out on new business. They're not showing up consistently on social media, which is why we are so excited to help you start using social media to build brand awareness, land new clients, and create a rinse and repeat marketing solution for your new listings. We would love to connect with you after this training. You can find us on Instagram at Let's Get Social Agency and then sellingsocial_. Today's training is sponsored by Revolution Mortgage. Revolution Mortgage is a nationwide lender that offers lower rates and payments for refinancing and home purchase loans. They leverage technology to boost efficiencies in the loan process to give you a lower rate, faster closing, and a brand experience that's ridiculously amazing. They're founded in Columbus, Ohio, and have brick and mortar offices nationwide. If you are ready to experience a different kind of lending, they are ready to make moves with you. We would love for you to connect with Revolution. You can find them at revolutionmortgage.com. If you have any questions about how you can work together, feel free to send them an email at marketing@revolutionmortgage.com. And then you can also connect with them on Instagram at revolutionmortgage. Perfect. So let's have a little talk about what today has in store. Today we're going to be diving into how you can build brand awareness on social media, how to build an engaged community on Instagram. I know that's something we all want to know more about. Your content pillars. We're going to talk through what content pillars are and why they're important, and how you can start converting your followers into clients today. So how do you go about building brand awareness on social media? And the biggest tip is to show up daily. I know that can sound really overwhelming, but because of the Instagram algorithm and just really everything that Instagram is doing, they want to see you showing up daily, whether it is through a post in your feed, it's a story, it's an IGTV, it's a reel. Show up daily for your community. Provide free value. If we've said it once, we've said it a million times around here, and that is that when you provide free value, it is a powerful trickle effect. And serve your community. That really comes from that free value and showing up daily for them. Be conversational. If people are talking to you, make sure you're talking back to them, whether it's through the comments or your DMs. And also ask people questions within the post going out on your feed. That's a really great way for people to feel connected to you, your brand, and the community that you're building. And leverage the latest trends that are taking place on Instagram. Instagram is pushing Reels hard. They are favoring that content over anything else on the platform. So think of some ways that you can start using Reels to really build your brand awareness and kind of stand out in a very noisy space. Now, we really believe in having some strategy behind these ideas, and that's why we have pulled together some strategy for how you can start actually building brand awareness on Instagram. So we've said it, show up consistently. Instagram favors those who are consistent and use their platform daily and weekly. Show your face. People want to know who is behind that beautifully cultivated Instagram feed. And provide free value. Now, as a general rule of thumb, these are some really great posting windows, but I cannot encourage you enough to dive into the analytics portion inside of your Instagram account, or if you're using an automated system, they will have a great analytics portion that will tell you when your users are actually active inside of the app. But as a rule of thumb, it's great to post at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another amazing tool to leverage and really grow your audience is hashtags. So hashtags can feel very overwhelming. There are so many different options, and we love to use two different systems: Plan and Hashtaggy. Both of these will allow you to really weed out all these mass amounts of hashtags and find ones that are really specific to your brand and your niche. Let's talk a little bit deeper on how you can start building an engaged community. The biggest way you can build this is by asking questions. When you ask questions and people respond, well, not only is this building a community, it's actually helping you inside of the algorithm. It's boosting your posts. It is showing Instagram that people are interested in what you have to say. So the more you can ask questions, not only do you get to know your audience better, but you're actually helping with your growth. And respond to DMs and comments. We love to say to respond to all of the comments on your post within an hour. This also has to do with, your engagement and really boosting that post. And then responding to DMs. If people are talking to you, you want to talk back to them. And add questions and polls to your stories. Once again, this is going to help you build an engaged audience, but it's also really going to help you when it comes to the Instagram algorithm. Now, we wanted to talk a little bit about Facebook as well. We talk a lot about Instagram, but it's also important to highlight Facebook because it's a really powerful platform for realtors. So here are a few different strategies you can use when you are building brand awareness on Facebook. As you can see over here on the right-hand side, we have pulled this graph that has the highest engagement, the days and the times for Facebook. And then as a general rule of thumb, you really want to take advantage of Facebook video. In the past few years, Facebook video has blown up. Whether you are running an ad or you are just putting content out there, people love video. It makes them stop their scroll, and it's a really great form of media that people like to share. And when people are sharing content, that builds your brand awareness. Keep your posts short and specific. People are scrolling pretty fast, so let's capture them with the video and then have a nice, short and sweet copy. And know your target audience. Your Facebook demographic could look really, really different from LinkedIn and Instagram. So make sure that as you are building your brand, you're also taking the time to get to know your audience. When are they on Facebook? What are they looking for? And taking some time to dive into your analytics will really allow you to get to know your target audience better. Let's talk about content pillars. So often when people are trying to come up with the content that they're going to be putting out on Instagram to build that community, you almost hit a roadblock. So we love to take it back to basics and come to the content pillars. So a content pillar is a subset of topics or themes which creates the foundation for your overall content strategy. We really like to work in 3 content pillars. It's simple, and whenever you are feeling kind of in a rut, it's nice to be able to come back to these buckets or pillars and know, okay, these are relevant topics for my target audience. Each of your pillars could be comprised of different types of content, such as blog posts, video, images, or even something as simple as your tweets. So we like to think of them as actual topics and then build it out from there. So why does your brand need content pillars? Why can't you just post it and kind of hope that it sticks? Well, it provides organization. Right now, you might be doing all of your own marketing, but down the road, if you bring somebody on to help with your marketing, having your content pillars in place is going to make it feel like they are just an extension of you. Instead of just creating content on the fly, these very distinct and clear content buckets help you create a calendar that covers the necessary topics for your brand. Targeting. Defined pillars serve as a guide for crafting specific content. Ideation. Coming up with fresh ideas is often a really big pain point for brands. And so content pillars automatically hone you in on relevant topics for your business. So these are just some of the many reasons why content pillars are a huge benefit for your brand. Now let's figure out how you can actually define these content pillars for your business. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to pin down your audience personas. Before you can define your pillars, you really need to be clear as to who you are speaking to. Do you have your customer personas, your profiles? Do you have someone in your mind of who you're talking to on each platform? Because it will look different on Instagram versus LinkedIn and vice versa. Repurpose and retarget your brand's content. As part of creating your content pillars for your personas, consider how different formats appeal to different people. Some people might love watching Instagram Reels, and some people might really want to dive into a long form blog post. The more you're able to get really specific and clear on who your customers are, the more you're able to create content that truly speaks to them and come up with a content calendar. Perhaps the most important aspect of social media content pillars is coming up with a calendar. In short, your content calendar serves as sort of a week-to-week, month-to-month outline of what content you're posting, what audiences you're targeting, because that's really important to know who we're speaking to, and what social channels you're posting to. So what can your content pillars look like inside of real estate? We've pulled together a couple examples here. The first one is to inform. Take your frequently asked questions that you're often getting from prospective buyers and sellers, and as an example, you can create a mini series. It could be a Mortgage Monday, or Love It or Leave It, or Fix or Hire, but a little series that is providing value, free value, information, and you already know that it's a frequently asked question of one of your customer personas. Highlight your work, highlighting your just sold properties, your just listed, and how working with you is different is in another content pillar. And then we love to throw in humor and personality. Everything that's trending on social media right now is people want to laugh. The more that they're laughing at the content, the more likely it is to go viral, it's relatable, and they want to share it. And at the end of the day, when it's relatable and it's shareable and it still has value to it, that is how we continue to build our brand awareness through social media. Now, you have been spending a lot of time building this audience, you're building your brand awareness, and now you want to know how can you actually convert your followers into clients. That's what we all want, right? So the biggest thing starts with knowing your audience. The first step is to get to know your customers from your social media marketing. So what are they responding to in the comments? You've been asking them questions in all of your posts, and so now you should be able to clearly identify who your target market is on each platform. The more you're able to research and develop these customer personas, the more you're able to effectively communicate to your prospective buyers and sellers. And when we are able to do that, they have this moment in their mind where they're like, wow, it's like they are reading my mind, and that's what we all want, because then you become positioned as the leader in your industry. So when they are looking to purchase a home, they're looking to list their home, you are the first person that comes up. Another big way to really start converting followers into clients is to stay active and engaged. We talk so much about how important it is to be consistent. Now, not only is it important to consistently be showing up on these platforms, it's also really important to be having the same message going out consistently. So gaining new followers is great, but you want to do everything in your power to keep them engaged as possible. The best way to do this is by staying active on all of your platforms consistently. Updating your social media pages once a week just isn't going to cut it anymore if you want to turn these followers into customers. We really need to start having that daily activity, and it'll create a more authentic experience for your followers. But let's remember, it's not always about posting more. It really is about making sure that we are responding to comments and messages as fast as we possibly can. You're busy, and if you might need somebody to kind of be able to come in and slide into those DMs when somebody's messaging you, but the faster we can get to those messages, the better initial customer experience our followers are having. And provide customer service on social media. More and more, as users are starting to use Instagram and Facebook for really everything and anything in between, that is their initial impression of what it would be like to work with you. So if we can provide outstanding customer service through those DMs, through those comments, then that usually is now becoming a deciding factor for swaying customers towards buying with one business over the other. After all of your efforts are actually on a public display these days. 90% of consumers use social media to talk to businesses directly, and it also happens to be their preferred method for customer care. So if we can really provide an outstanding customer service inside of the DMs, inside of the comments, you're going to stand above everyone else inside of your industry. So I know we've covered a lot today, and I would love to hear in the comments what really stood out to you. Was there something that was surprising when it came to the content pillars? Do you have content pillars? You know, we've talked a lot about how to build brand awareness on social media, how to build an engaged community through Instagram, what content pillars are, why do you need them? Why are they important? And how to start converting these followers into clients. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat, and I would love to hear what has stood out to you, what was surprising, and what are some ways right now that you are using social media to really start building brand awareness. I would love to hear from you in the chat. So I have it pulled up, drop it all in there. Yeah, the content pillars are great. I think it's an amazing way for everyone to be able to really map out what your content looks like for not only this month and next month, but sometimes the rest of the year. It also allows for there to be a really clear picture of how you're going to speak to your audience. Who are you speaking to, and what type of media you're going to be providing them with. Love it. You're so welcome, Bridget. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to jump on. We would love to connect with you over at Let's Get Social, as well as Selling Social. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.